One thing I wanted to point out, all right, real quick, as we're doom scrolling, is this. I was told by my neighbor that this is actual footage and this actually happened, all right? And haven't done my due diligence as far as like if it actually happened. Yeah, I know I'm seeing it, all right? But what I want to stress is that technically you could take the audio from a 50 Cent concert and splice it into the audio of Donald Trump walking down an aisle and make it seem as though this music is playing while Donald Trump is walking. All right. That could be easily done. However, my neighbor said, no, this really, really did happen. In fact, he knew people that were there while this happened, is what he said. So I'm not saying I disbelieve him, and I'm not saying I believe him. I really don't know what to think, all right? But in 2024, everything is absolutely unprecedented, and it's off the wall insane. Let me just give you a peek at this if you hadn't seen this. Check this out.
What's up, guys?
No, I don't want to hear it.
The United States, Donald J. Trump.
He said, I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be, and niggas trying to take my life away. He said, I put a hole in a nigga for messing with me. All right, so people are so desensitized that this might have just very well happened. But before 2024, you couldn't just roll out down the aisle being Donald Trump and have these words being said. I hope anyone understands why this blows my mind. All right? If this is in fact real, which I'm not saying it is, do you see how this would blow my mind? Did you hear the words that I just said? All right? One quick story it does remind me of, and people didn't really believe me, and I don't expect them to believe me because it was quite unbelievable while I was going into it. But I'll have you know that remember over a year ago I had some surgeries. I had one emergency surgery, and I probably had mentioned this. I had one emergency surgery on my leg, and later on I had an open heart surgery, which is even more complicated, right? Then I was like a week or a couple of weeks later. During my emergency surgery, and I don't blame people for not believing me, but during my emergency surgery, which they got me in the OR real quick, they rolled me in, and I kid you not, I don't know what song it was, I don't remember, but they were bumping Drake. I remember vividly going into the operating room, and I'm like, they're playing Drake in here. And I mean, the cuss words and everything, dude. Like, they were playing straight up Drake in the operating room while I was about to go in emergency surgery. All right, so that's what it kind of reminds me of. Some things used to be inappropriate. Now, nobody gives an F. Not at all. All right, so to end the doom scrolling, I wanted to go on this guy. I saw this the other day. And I don't know if you've seen this. But we'll have this finish up our doom scrolling for today. I don't know if you've seen this. Now, we've been in the end of days, but over the past couple of years, I swear, man, people's mental illnesses are so robust that I don't believe it, that I can't believe it. I can't just believe it on the face of things because they're so unbelievable that there's definitely the possibility that somebody is making fun or what's called trolling. I want to leave open the possibility that this guy up under me is actually trolling. and making a mockery of people who are transgendered or whatever, making some sort of political statement. All right, in fact, I'd be more comfortable with this video, and I'll share some with you. I would be more comfortable if it was a man just acting as belligerently as possible in order to get attention on the internet. But here's the thing. If this was a man acting this way in order to troll, then might I say this man deserves any number of Oscars and Emmys and all that. Because his acting is like, it's like Brad Pitt, world class Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio level acting. I'm talking about pay this man millions of dollars because of how well he can act. All right? Either that or this person right here has been so traumatized with mental illness and spiritual illness and just God-forsakenness for so long that he can't even begin to understand how ridiculous everything what he's saying sounds like to a regular, normal person. He has no clue, and there's no in between. Either you're trolling, and it's the best trolling I've ever seen in my life, and everybody should give you Oscars, or you are sick beyond my wildest dreams. You have a sickness and a disease, and nobody's helping you. And you're just walking around, even though you should be in a mental institute for everybody's safety, to include your safety. All right, so if you haven't seen this, I'm going to give you a taste of it. I don't know if we can get all the way through it because it's like 3 minutes long. Check this out.
I don't know what to do. I have no answers. They're kicking me out of my hotel room because I asked them to wear an N95 mask. And they said that if I wanted that,
This dude's not even wearing an N95 mask while he's crying his eyes out. Hold on.
I don't know where to go. I'm almost out of money. More scans just keep getting added to the docket. I don't even have one fully functioning arm at this point. Where do I... My mom isn't answering the phone. It's not like we're strange. I literally...
You know, if this person looks like they're at least 30. Talking about their arm's not functioning for some reason. Perhaps you got jabbed in the arm with some poison. I don't know. I don't know why your arm's not working. I don't know anybody else who's 30-some odd years old who their mom's not answering their calls and they're crying about it, videotaping themselves crying about it. Later on, you're gonna upload it after you videotaped yourself crying about the fact that your mom's not answering your phone calls.
Because she was super abusive, but...
So your mom was super abusive way back in the day, and you can't understand why she's not answering your phone calls. Your mom was super abusive, and you're also transgender. I wonder if there's anything like a correlation or a causation there. I wonder.
And I still want my mom, but I don't know what to do. Where do I go? What do I do? My doctor just called me to do an anxiety and depression exam and thing before our appointment today. I had to reschedule it because I couldn't sleep. This is what I will.
So you had this guy had like a anxiety and depression test that he was fixing to take, and he couldn't make the test because he was so anxious and depressed that he couldn't sleep. I'm pretty sure you would have failed the test. I'm pretty sure there's no reason for you to take the test. You've already failed it.
Up to. And I'm like, what am I supposed to tell you? I'm super anxious and depressed. I haven't had safe housing for over a year.
You haven't had stable housing. I can imagine that. You probably haven't had stable employment because you cannot work. You are so hopelessly transgender, depressed, and anxious that nobody could ever give you work even if they wanted to because you're useless.
I just want a home. I just want somewhere safe to land. I just want a place to breathe so I can find a place. It feels like every time it's like the ground just gets ripped out from under me again. I just need to calibrate. What do I do? I can't.
I just want to take a second to say that, there's a lot of people, and I showcase, especially in San Antonio, there's a lot of people who will take your life, dude. So just give them a reason to take your life, right? So I'm not saying like, oh, I'm not singling out this person. Yeah, a lot of people will take your life, but this person below me is so erratic and emotional and violent and hateful in their hearts. They want to seem like they're a good person, but obviously you're not a good person. And the thing is, you would at a moment's notice murder anybody, to include your mom, who's ducking your calls. That would murder them because of your sick, blackened heart. All right, I just wanted to point that out.
Get out orders. I haven't been able to work in months. I'm so sorry. I'm really trying, y'all. I'm trying so hard.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying when I say this is world-class acting? If this was trolling, then this is my favorite actor in the whole world. All right? And it goes on.
And I have nobody here. I don't know what to do. I trust Allah. I just feel...
We might even have to play that back, because I'm not sure what exactly he said. But did he just say, I trust Allah? Which, if people worship Allah, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's something wrong with you saying you trust Allah. If that's what you just said, let me play that back real quick.
And I have nobody here. I don't know what to do. I trust Allah.
I don't know what the heck this transgender just said, but it sounded like... It sounded like he said, I trust Allah, which, as you know, means God in Arabic or whatever. You trust Allah? You trust Allah. Okay, all right then.
I just feel at a loss. I've never been so out of answers.
The thing is, I'm willing to bet that for a majority of your life, you've been out of answers. And I'm not trying to really, really bully and dogpile on you right now. But you are correct. At this point in your life, I'm looking at you. You have never been devoid of so many answers in your life. That is correct. All right. So you do have some sort of semblance of the truth right now. And if I were you, I'd cling to that truth. And I'm not you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I would cling to that truth. What you just said, you have zero answers. You couldn't give or take any answers right now if your whole life depended on it. What you need to do is recognize that you have zero answers and you're not the authority on anything. And you shouldn't be telling anybody how to live, what to do on the world, because you are so damn mixed up, all right?
Except for, I guess, when I was younger, but those answers were really destructive to my well-being. I've been sober since November. I'm not breaking that. It's also against my religion, which honestly really helps.
I'm not sure what religion this guy is talking about. He just said that he trusts Allah.
I still don't have my ADHD medication. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I just wish I could have a hug. I just really need to be held. And I feel so bad for my cats, my poor, poor cats. I don't know where to go. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know. I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to tell our brother where to go either. All right. Unfortunately, and I pray for everybody. The last things that you need to care about in this world right now is your cats, your poor, poor cats. You need to let them out in the wild, because no matter what happens there, they're absolutely better off than under your supervision. Asheville, North Carolina might be like the worst place for you to be at right now, being all transgendered like you are. Alright, and the thing is, like, as far as trolling, if this guy was trolling, he's hitting every single base and touching and leaving no stone unturned as far as the mental illness abounding in the transgenders.
We will make it through. Whatever that means, whatever that brings. I just have to trust that I'm being protected. But also, fuck hotels breaking literal Americans with Disabilities Act. Fuck discrimination against disabled.
So it's pretty much the end of the video. But as you would have probably guessed, this guy is saying about all the ways in which he is mentally disabled. And then obviously he's got some things to work on in his life. Praise Allah. Maybe Allah will show him the way, but he can't help it. It's in his spirit, way down deep, to blame other people. It's always other people's fault. Now it's the hotel facility, now it's their fault. It's always other people holding you down and oppressing you, while quite clearly it is yourself oppressing yourself via your mother or some weird, strange stuff. You've been very traumatized, right? It's terrible. I just wanted to point that out. These people are terrible, and they will resort to violence at the drop of a hat, and they are very suicidal, and also they can't wait to blame you for every last bit of their problems. All right, and it's the end of days. Before we get up out of here, how long have we been here now? 40